The Denver Radio Club Net will begin at 8:30. This is K0TR. QSD from the Denver Radio Club. Welcome to the Denver Radio Club Net, being held on repeater W0TX. This is a meeting held on the air every Sunday evening at about 8:30 p.m. Good evening. My name is Jim. My call sign is Kilo Zero, Tango Oscar Romeo. I'll be your net control station, transmitting from Littleton, Colorado. If there's any emergency or priority traffic during this net, say break at any pause, and the net will be suspended until the emergency or priority traffic is completed. This net is for Denver Radio Club members and all interested radio amateurs. We're here to share information concerning any ham-related activities. Regular meetings of the Denver Radio Club are held on the third Wednesday of every month at 7 p.m. And still with the restrictions for COVID-19, we're having virtual meetings, and we use Google Meets. If you need the address to attend our monthly meeting, you can get that at our club website at www.w0tangoxray.org. Or if you're on the mail list, you'll get an email with that address included. Our next meeting will be on July the 21st, and Elmer session is held at 6 p.m. just prior to our monthly meeting. This session addresses any amateur radio questions that you might have. So whether you're new to amateur radio or interested in some new application of amateur radio, this is a session where you can get help. Also, every Wednesday at 7:30 p.m., except the third Wednesday when our monthly meeting is held, there's a learning net held on 145.490 megahertz and 448.625 megahertz. This is another area where you can find answers for your amateur radio-related questions. As a general interest club, we provide emergency communication for the Salvation Army, the City of Wheat Ridge Police Department, the City of Lakewood Police Department, the West Metro Fire District, and the St. Anthony's West Hospital. We're always looking for members who would like to participate in this support. Please contact our club president if you'd like to help. Our current president is Jerry Villauer, W0GV. Jerry's telephone number is 303-467-0223. The Denver Radio Club website address is www.w0tx.org. Again, Jerry's telephone number is 303-467-0223. The Denver Radio Club also participates in the ARRL Volunteer Examiner Program. But again, due to COVID restrictions, we don't hold our VE testing as often as we would like. We will announce those test sessions here on this net, and we also post that on our website. And also other local clubs will report their testing times and dates on this website as well. So if you're looking for a testing site, to stand by and see what we might be able to pass on to you. If you have other questions regarding VE testing, you can contact our VE team lead, Tom Kashowski, KC2CHE, and his number is 720-284-1911. This is the Denver Radio Club Net, W0TX, and this is K0TR serving as net control. Are there special announcements or bulletins for this net this evening? If so, please call now.
November 0, Delta Bravo Sierra.
November 0, Delta Bravo Sierra. Go ahead, Don. That's yours.
Thank you, Jim. Good evening, all. The Laurel Patriot Net would like to announce that we can be found at hamstudy.org /W0PCT. That's Whiskey Zero Papa Charlie Tango, and we list many VE sessions for the month all along the Front Range and even into the Western Slope. Tests are free. They are computer-based. If you bring a electronic device, you will receive your CSCE immediately, and if you are upgrading, you can use your call on your way home if you like. Again, we can be found at hamstudy.org /W0PCT. And thank you for your time and allowing me to discuss that. Back to net.
November 0, Delta Bravo Sierra. This is K0TR. Thanks, Don. We appreciate the announcement, and hope anybody that's looking for test sessions could find one that accommodates their needs. So appreciate the announcement. Before I move on, have any other special announcements or bulletins for the net? Please call now. All right, Don, I do have you checked in. Before regular check-ins, I'd like to welcome and invite any visiting radio amateurs to check in to the Denver Radio Club net tonight. And during this net, we disable the requirement for the 100 Hz PL repeater access tone, so you can use either 145.490 megahertz with a minus 600 kilohertz offset, or 448.625 megahertz with a minus 5 megahertz offset. Are they visiting radio amateurs who would like to check into the Denver Radio Club net tonight? If so, please call out. Next, I'd like to welcome and invite any newly licensed or recently upgraded radio amateurs to check in. Please call now. I will now take regular check-ins in groups. Please let me know if you have traffic when you check in, and I'll get back to you. First, radio amateurs whose call suffixes begin letters A through E, Alpha through Echo. Please call now.
Bravo Kilo Sierra, Barb in Wheat Ridge.
Kilo Sierra 0 Echo, KS0E, Alex in Denver.
November 5, Charlie Mike Kilo, Greg in Denver, no traffic.
Whiskey Bravo 0, Alpha Kilo Victor, WB0 AKV, Rich in Westminster, no traffic.
Kilo Alpha 5, Delta Kilo Sierra, Ken in Arvada.
W0CIV, W0CIV, Charles in Denver, no traffic.
Whiskey Delta 6, Delta Oscar Kilo, Rich in Arvada, no traffic, good evening.
Net Control, I'd like to acknowledge and welcome following check-ins. K0 DPR Paul, W0 BKS Barb, KS0E Alex, N5 CMK Greg, WB0 AKV Rich, K1 DBC Drone with traffic, KA5 DKS Ken, WD0 CIV Charles, and WD6 DOK Rich. Make one more call for radio amateurs. Call suffixes begin letters A through E, Alpha through Echo. Please call now.
Kilo Foxtrot 0, Alpha Foxtrot Quebec, Troy, Denver.
N0ETV, Lance and Aurora. I have an announcement.
And Net Control, I'd like to acknowledge and welcome the following check-ins. KF0 AFQ Troy and N0ETV Lance with traffic. Move on down the alphabet. Radio amateurs call suffixes begin letters F through J, Foxtrot through Juliet. Please call now.
Alpha 0, Juliet Kilo, AA0, JK, Fred in Arvada, good evening, no traffic.
Alpha Echo 0, Golf Quebec, AE0 GQ, Tom and Aurora, and much to their own surprise, no traffic.
November 0,
Kurt in Denver.
Good evening, Jim. Tom, K6H Arvada, no traffic.
KD0 IOZ, Stuart and Aurora.
Net Control, I'd like to acknowledge and welcome the following check-ins. AA0JK Fred, AE0GQ Tom, N0GTG Kurt, K6HKV Tom, and KD0IOZ Stewart. Howdy, Stewart. Make one more call for radio amateurs whose call suffixes begin letters F through J, Foxtrot through Juliet. Please call now.
Kilo Foxtrot 0, Foxtrot Papa India, Evans and Lakewood, listening.
Net Control, I'd like to acknowledge and welcome the following check-in. KF0 s.t.e.m Evan. Move on down the alphabet. Radio amateurs whose call suffixes begin letters K through O, Kilo through Oscar. Please call now.
Zero Kilo Uniform, Frank and Thornton.
Kilo Echo 0, Oscar Sierra India, Tom Highlands Ranch, no traffic.
And Net Control, I'd like to acknowledge and welcome the following check-ins. Frank, I couldn't get the prefix on your call sign cut out when you checked in. Could you come back with that, please?
Yeah, Jim, it's Kilo 0, Kilo Uniform, K0KKU.
Thanks, Frank. I did get the KKU, but I did not get the K0, so thanks for that. And I couldn't remember what it was, so my fault. And let's see, next I had KE0OSI Tom. We'll make one more call for radio amateurs whose call suffixes begin letters Kilo through Oscar. Please call now. All right, moving down the alphabet, radio amateurs whose call suffixes begin letters P through T, Papa through Tango. Please call now.
Whiskey Bravo 2, Sierra Hotel Romeo, Stan in Denver, no traffic.
November 0, Tango Romeo Papa Jim in Lakewood. Good evening.
Kilo Foxtrot 0, Foxtrot Sierra Yankee in Denver.
Kilo Bravo Niner, Quebec Delta Golf, KB Niner, QDG, Carl, Lakewood, no traffic. Net Control, I'd like to acknowledge and welcome the following check-ins. WP2 SHR Stan, N0 TRP Jim, and I got the first part of the call, but then it cut out, so I missed the rest of the call. And the name, I got KF0F, and I didn't get anything more. Could you come back with the rest, please?
KF0 FSY, Dan in Denver, no traffic.
Thanks, Dan. I got KF0 SSY Dan. And lastly, I got KB9er QDG Carl. Make one more call for radio amateurs whose call suffixes begin letters P through T, Papa through Tango. Please call now.
W0TX repeater.
K0RCW, Robert in Lakewood, no traffic.
Net Control, I'd like to acknowledge and welcome the following check-in. K0RCW Robert. Move on down the alphabet, radio amateurs whose call suffixes beginning with the letters U through Z, uniform through Zulu. Please call now.
KF0UV, Marshall in Glendale.
Kilo 0 Yankee Echo Sierra, Ken in Broomfield.
November 0, X-Ray Romeo X-Ray, Mark in Arvada, no traffic.
Kilo Echo 0, Yankee Kilo Victor, Bill in Lakewood.
Net Control, I'd like to acknowledge and welcome the following check-ins. KF0 UV Marshall, K0 YES Ken, N0 XRX Mark, and KE0 YKV Bill. Make one more call for radio amateurs whose call suffixes begin letters U through Z, uniform through Zulu. Please call now. We'll open up the entire alphabet. Radio amateurs whose call suffixes begin letters A through Z, Alpha through Zulu. Please call now. All right, there'll be a chance for late check-ins a little later in the net. And let's see, neither the president nor vice president checked in tonight, so I guess I got sole duties tonight, so bear with me. Next meeting we're going to have is going to be, as I had mentioned earlier, on the `21st of July. And that presentation is going to be given by Joe Eisenberg, K0, November Echo Bravo. And it's going to be on kit building techniques for success. And Joe will go through and describe how to handle and sort parts, and what proper soldering and soldering tools to use. And take a look at some kits appropriate for beginners, intermediate builders, and experienced builders. And Joe's currently the kit building editor for CQ Magazine, and he's produced that column for 12 years. So he's also a current author of the Construction Techniques chapter in the annual ARRL handbook, and since the 2014 edition. He was licensed since 1969 and is a life member of ARRL. So it'll be an interesting presentation. He's done quite a bit of traveling. He speaks at numerous hamfests and conventions. So we look forward to hearing him tell about kit building experiences and give us some pointers. So if that's an interest you have, I think that you'll enjoy this month's club meetings. So I don't have any other announcements to pass on. And go back here and look. I've got K1DBC Drone. He has traffic, so go ahead, Drone, the net is yours.
This is K1DBC Drone with traffic. Thank you for taking the net as always, Jim K0TOR. I had a couple things here. In regards to field day, still waiting for ARRL to post the results. In the meantime, I am compiling photos and videos into just a YouTube video, so you should see that come out here soon. Not sure if this was mentioned separately to that. I think the club might have some potential tentative plans for VE testing on Saturday, July 31st, to take place at 3001 Brighton Boulevard in Denver. I think at the previous location, thanks to KF0AFQ Troy. Again, definitely contact Tom Kachowski, KC2CAG, for further info on that. I will go ahead and drop for a moment and see if anybody has any questions on any of that so far. Go ahead. All right, the question I have also is, can somebody remind me when club officer elections occur for the Denver Radio Club? I think it's in September, but if anybody can confirm that, go ahead. Okay, sounds good. Just wanted to confirm. All right, this is Daron, K1DBC. I'll go ahead and throw it back to Net Control, Jim, K0TOR.
And let's see, N0ETV Lance, you had traffic. Go ahead, Lance, and that is yours.
Yes, good evening. This is N0ETV. Yesterday morning, the Mile High VE team conducted testing at HRO, and we awarded 9 tech licenses. We had 8 scheduled people and 1 walk-in. N0ETV, back to net.
N0ETV, this is K02R. Thanks, Lance. That's good information. I'd like to see new hams coming online, and more the merrier. And hope a good number of those are young ones, so replacing supplement some of us older folks. Need some backup. So appreciate that. That's all the check-ins that had traffic that I had.
Sorry, the audio was swapping out during that question there. It does occur during September as far as Jim believes, and there wasn't any other follow-up. I'll go ahead and return it to the stream here.
All right, do we have any late check-ins? Please call now.
Alpha Delta Zero, Uniform Zulu, AD0UZ, Brennan, mobile.
W0TX repeater.
And Net Control, I'd like to acknowledge and welcome the following check-in. AD0UZ, Brendan. And make one more call. Any other late check-ins, please call now. I'll now review next weekend's contests and upcoming Hamfest. And I don't yet have anything on the calendar for Hamfest. So we'll keep our eye on the schedules and see if there's anything coming up. Hopefully there will be in the not too distant future. So we'll go through and review the contest coming up this next weekend. Let's see, first one I have on the list is the Russian Radio Team Championship. That begins on July the 17th at 0 hours Zulu, goes 0700 hours Zulu, sorry, and goes through July 17th until 1459 hours Zulu. That's on 40 through 10 meters. That's a CW and phone contest. Next we have the Tasman Low Band Challenge, and that begins on July 17th at 0800 hours Zulu, goes through July 17th until 1400 hours Zulu, and that's on 160 through 40 meters. That is a CW phone and digital contest. Next we have the WOTA contest. Begins on July 17th at 1000 hours Zulu, goes through July 17th until 2159 hours Zulu. That's on 80 through 10 meters, and that's a CW and phone contest. Next we have the Fell Hill Sprint. That begins on July 17th at 1200 hours Zulu, goes through July 17th until 1359 hours Zulu. That is on 160 through 6 meters. That is a digital contest. And next we have the North American QSO Party, RTTY. That begins on July 17th at 1800 hours Zulu, goes through July 18th until 0559 hours Zulu. That's on 80 through 10 meters. That's a digital contest. Next we have the CQ Worldwide VHF Contest. That begins on July 17th at 1800 hours Zulu, goes through July 18th until 2100 hours Zulu. That's on 6 and 2 meters. That's a CW phone and digital contest. And next we have the RSTB Low Power Contest. That begins on July 18th at 0900 hours Zulu, goes through July 18th until 1600 hours Zulu. That's on 80 through 20 meters, and that is a CW contest. And we have the CQC Great Colorado Gold Rush. That begins on July 18th at 2000 hours Zulu, goes through July 18th until 2159 hours Zulu. That is on 20 meters. That is a CW contest. And lastly, we have Run for the Bacon QRP contest. That begins on July 18th at $2,300 Zulu, goes through July 19th until $100 Zulu. That is on 160 through 10 meters, and that is a CW contest. Two other reminders. On the High Noon Net, they meet daily at 12 noon with early check-ins at 11:30. They meet on a frequency of 7.240 megahertz on a 40-meter band. And the Salvation Army SaturnNet, they meet at 1500 hours Zulu. That's 9 a.m. Mountain Daylight Time. They meet Monday through Saturday on a frequency of 14.265 megahertz, which is on the 20-meter band. The Denver Radio Club maintains the following repeaters for use by all radio amateurs. The 147.330 megahertz with a positive offset, the 145.490 megahertz with a negative offset, the 224.380 megahertz with a negative offset, the 449.350 megahertz with a negative offset, the 448.625 megahertz with a negative offset, the 447.825 megahertz with a negative offset, our digital turbo repeater operating on Brandmeister on 446.7875 megahertz with a negative offset, and our C4 FM digital repeater on 449.775 megahertz with a negative offset. The 447.825 megahertz repeater is configured for narrowband FM, and that requires a digital coded squelch of 073. There are two repeaters on 147.330 megahertz. The repeater in Lakewood requires a 100 hertz PL tone, and the second repeater located east near Franktown requires a 131.8 hertz PL tone. We have a second repeater on the same frequency out east to improve coverage along the Front Range and into the canyons. However, having two repeaters on the same frequency with different frequency propagation, we ask that you monitor the frequency to assure neither is in use prior to making your call. The 449.350 megahertz repeater provides wide area coverage, and this repeater hosts our Echolink station, W0TX node number 4140. And the 448.625 megahertz repeater is linked with the 145.490 megahertz repeater. The repeater on 449.775 is now a C4 FM digital only repeater. Each requires a 100 hertz PL tone for activation, except as noted, and each uses standard offsets. And for packet, we have a 145.050 megahertz gateway on 2 meters that is interconnected with the 14.105 megahertz gateway on 20 meters for packet QSO. And we have a 6-meter repeater on 53.09 megahertz with an input on 52.09 megahertz with a required 107.2 hertz PL tone. Your support of the Denver Radio Club is greatly appreciated. If you'd like to participate in any of the many club activities, please contact our club president, Jerry Vilhoward, W0GV. I'd like to thank everyone for checking into the Denver Radio Club Net tonight. Your support is greatly appreciated. I hope you all have a great week, 7-3. And tonight we had 31 check-ins, and the Denver Radio Club Net, W0TX Net, is now closed at 9:08, and the repeater is available for regular use. This is K0TOR Net Control Station, and please stand by a moment while I return the PL tone to the repeater.
PL on.
And this is K0TOR. We'll be clear, and good night all.